Hey kids, I wanted to take a moment and review functions that we have seen so far, okay? So what are functions again? Functions are just things that take in some parameters, or we call them inputs, and return either do something, or let me say do something and return something, some results. Okay, we will look at functions in their purest form later on as a topic on its own, but just understand that that is a function. So normally you see an example of the most common function that we see right in the beginning when you do hello world is print. You see, print is the function, and then you always open the brackets, and then you give it the input. So the input here is a string saying hello world. Okay. So ideally, even the best way to write hello world, or the most fundamental way to write hello world will be to create a string first called the maybe output equal to hello world, okay, and then say print output. Okay, that is the most fundamental way of writing this function hello world. Okay, I run it here, just see that everything is good. See hello world right here. Okay, so even as we do this, I'll be showing you a few commands that you can run down here. So like if you see a lot of things here happening and you want just to clear stuff, you can just type clear. Okay, and then everything is cleared here, so at least from now henceforth we just run our functions. Okay, so that is a function, one of the simplest functions. You give it a string, which usually is hello world, and then you print it out. Same thing if you want to give it like an age. If my age is 20, I'll print out age. This we've seen before in the early classes. You see age 20 here. Okay, I'm gonna clear this out, or just for the sake of, as I said, no need to be deleting stuff, but if I don't want it to run, I can just comment out, okay? Because I don't want, when I'm running the next one, I don't want it to run again. So just comment out that code. And then let's look at the functions we've seen so far. We've seen print, okay? And then when we went, we talked about conversion. Like if age was, let me say another, if age was a string like 30, okay, and I wanted to make age 32, maybe I've grown older by 2 years, I need to add age plus 2. So this is where we need our REPL. Remember a REPL where we will put things and just run within the terminal or the shell. So instead of going back to idle, everything, this tool is self-sufficient, can do everything within here. So I can create my REPL here by down here just type Python, okay, in the terminal. If you can't see the terminal, just run and then the terminal will come up and then type Python, or you can go to view terminal, okay, right here. So Python, and now I'm in a REPL. You can see the REPL exactly the way it looked with IDLE. Okay, this is called a REPL. REPL, read, evaluate, loop, something loop. Okay, so I was saying if age is 30 is a string, okay, the user gave me maybe an input, which is a string. If I wanted to add 2 to the age, see what I get. You get an error, okay, because you cannot add a string with an integer, to an integer. So I need to convert the string into an integer. So that's why int comes in. So int age plus 2. See, I get 32. So that is the work of conversion. You convert one type to another. So I'm converting, mostly I'm converting the integer sorry, the string into an integer. The string which was 30, string 30 right here, converting it to an integer 30. Then adding 2, then getting 32. Okay. How about str? So if I had, if my age was actually as on the other way around now, if my age was 40, which is an integer, and I wanted to add, to say, hello, my age is plus age. You see I get an error. Why? Because again I'm adding a string to an integer. So I need to convert one to another. I have to convert the age into a string. So again I do with an up arrow. I can go back to my previous, just the up arrow, I can go back to my previous commands. You can see this. So I can go back to this, my age is this, and then here str this. Okay, you can see my age is 40. So that is str. The other function that we have looked at so far, when we just in passing, but you'll keep seeing it in the later stages, is len, which finds the length of a string. So if this my age was actually a string, if this was a string, and I say this is a let me call it output equals to my age is this, I can find the length of output. You see it's 12. It has 12 characters. 1, 2, the space is a character. 3, 4, 5, 6, space, 7, 8, 9, 10, space, and then 40 is 11, 12. Okay, so 12. What about the length of hello? Hello is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is len. It gets you the length. Yeah, so that is all that I wanted to review today, so that we just mark where we are. If anything is looking strange to you, go back to the other videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.